Good morning. I have a song in my head. There's no music playing in my room. So I'm dancing to nothing. So if I'm offbeat, that's why there's no music. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Dina. Good morning, Sky. Good morning, Keenan. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Mo. How are you this morning? Good morning. Happy Friday. It is Friday. I am joining you this morning from my PJs. It is Nevada Day here in Nevada. Good morning. It is Nevada Day here in Nevada, so I am still in my pajamas. Nevada Day means that my husband does not work today. I am good. Hey, Lamar, good morning. I am good this morning. My husband does not work today. The kids don't have school today. And so I was not rushing to get on with you guys because normally before, good morning, Jay. Normally before I join you guys in the morning, I get up, I pack lunches, I unload the dishwasher, I make my lemon water, and then you guys normally hear the girls when they leave right after 6. But today, good morning, Vante. Today I didn't have to do all that because it's Nevada Day and nobody has to go to work or school today. So that is super exciting. I will still go unload the dishwasher, and I already made lemon water, and there's other stuff to do around the house. But I didn't have. Good morning, Vante. How are you? Vanta, how are you? How are you this morning? But I'll do all that stuff later. So we're just gonna jump right into today. So welcome. I see some first timers on Periscope. I think Facebook is a little delayed this morning. Hey, Yolanda, good morning. I think Facebook's just a little delayed this morning. But I want to welcome you all to Money Month. What we are doing here is we are going through the Bible and talking about money and prosperity principles in the Bible. And where did Money Month come from? So my mentor, my coach declared that October was Money Month. And so we were focused on doubling our income, which I did. Yay. I'm so excited about that. Hey, Samar. So I reached my goal of doubling my income this month, but I decided that since good morning, Matthew, that since it was Money Month, since she declared it Money Month and she gave us the challenge to double our income this month, I didn't bring the money. I was going to count money for you this morning. Oh well, I guess we're not going to count any money this morning. You have to go to Facebook or Instagram and read and look through my stories. I was counting money on the stories last night, but I was going to count money this morning in Genesis 1:28, but I didn't bring it with me to the table, to the desk. Oh well. But anyway, so Money Month started from my mentor challenging me to double my income, which I achieved this month, which is so amazing, so exciting. That really just expands my view of how much money is love. Right. And so I decided that since that was my challenge, that I would jump on Instagram and Periscope, and then I added Facebook last week, I think, and talk about biblical money principles and talk about prosperity. And so that's what we are here for this morning. That's what we are here for this morning. So it is Money Month. This week we have been going through Genesis 1:28, and instead of doing one verse a day this week, I decided that we would go through Genesis 1:28 and break down each one of the things that God told us to do in that Genesis 1:28 blessing and command. And so I want to thank you for following me this morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. We are on part 5, which is the last part of Genesis 1:28. So we'll be moving on to something else next week. But thank you for joining me this morning. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and share with your friends. If you are on Periscope, look down at the bottom of your screen. There's a little weird looking box you can click to invite your followers, and give me some hearts and let me know that you are here this morning and that you are ready for Money Month this morning. I am so glad to have you here with me this morning. So go ahead and share with your friends. Let them know that it is Money Month and that we are talking about money here on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Periscope. They can watch all the replays on Periscope. They can watch last week's replays on Facebook as well. So go ahead and invite your friends and your followers and tell them to join us for Money Month. All right, so let's get into it. Hey, Imani. Let's get into it. So if you watch my story, again, I plan to end today with playing with some money for you guys so you guys could see some money. But go to my Instagram stories or go to my Facebook story and watch me play with the money. So we have gone through this week. We've gone through para, rabah, malay, and kabash, which means be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue. And so those were commands that God gave us. So be fruitful, which would be bring good into the world, produce good, be productive, multiply, which means to bring in abundance, replenish, which had to do with filling your part of the world to capacity. I had to turn back and make sure I didn't confuse multiply and replenish. And subdue, which meant to keep under subjection or to subjugate. And so we talked about those four earlier this week. So the Hebrew for them are para, rabah, malay, and kabash. And if you look at my stories on Instagram and on Facebook, you'll see that as I count the money, that's what I'm saying. And I am also saying radah, which is today's word. So para, rabah, malay, kabash, and radah. Those were the commands that God said to humankind because he had not yet formed Adam or Eve in Genesis 1. But he had made man and woman in his image, and he spoke over their spirit and over their souls that were to come. Para, rabah, malay, kabash, and radah. And so today we are on radah. And so Genesis 1:28 says, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Hey, land, and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion. So the word that is translated have dominion is the word radah. So again, what have we learned from Genesis 1:28? We should para, which is be fruitful. We should rabah, which is multiply. We should malay, which is replenish. And we should kabash, which is subdue. I hear my husband. Come in, babe. We should kabash, which is subdue. And we should radah, which is today, which is have dominion. So, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion. Hey, Sharon. And so what does radah mean? Baby, you want to come join? Oh, okay. I'm not going to repeat that. Huh? Oh. So radah means to have dominion. So what does the word radah translate to? It translates first to rule. So radah or have dominion means to rule. It means to exercise ultimate power or authority over, right? So we talked yesterday about kabash, which meant to conquer, successfully overcome. It meant to subjugate, to bring under dominion or control. And it meant to keep under subjection, which means just what that says, right? To keep it under subjection, keep it under your rule. And so have dominion means to exercise ultimate power or authority over. So when we think about money, you can subdue money by writing your budget and bringing it under your control. But to have dominion means to exercise ultimate power or authority over. And so ultimate power or authority, when we talk about money, would mean that money does not slip through your fingers, right? There's a lot of us. I was talking to my brother. You might have saw my brother on yesterday on Facebook, and he was saying he had a budgeting tool. And so we were talking about the budgeting tool that he uses that we are going to start using because it sounds like a great tool. But he was talking about how, and he is great with money. He has always been great with money. But he was talking about how when him and his wife switched to this new budgeting tool, how it links to their accounts. And it tracks their money in real time, and it tracks their goals. So they have different goals that are set up in the budgeting tool, and it tracks their goals in real time. And that they found, and he sent it to me in quotation marks, they found so much money, and he is good with money. And so rule means to exercise ultimate power or authority over. And so while we can bring our money under subjection by making sure we have those budgets in place, we have to make sure that we have ultimate power and authority over it, which means we don't have money slipping through our fingers. My mentor talks about the 6 things to do with a dollar, the 6 things to do with a dollar. Let me see if I can pull those up really, really quickly so that I can tell you guys what they are, because I don't want to misspeak. So the 6 things to do with a dollar. I hope Facebook can still see me as I scramble on my computer to find this. One moment, please. I want to make sure that I give you these. Here we go. All right. All right, so the 6 things to do with a dollar. So the 6 things to do. Can y'all still see me over here? Could y'all see me on Facebook when I moved? I don't know. I hope so. Now I can tell that you can still see me. No, you can't, because I tell my money what to do. Good morning, Neil. All right, so the 6 things to do with a dollar. The first thing to do with a dollar. So I am going to challenge every single person today to get a dollar. I want you to get a dollar. And I actually want you to go and find a dollar in pennies. Find a dollar in pennies. Yep, I said it. Find a dollar in pennies. Because every dollar you get, you should do this with. And I want you to do it with pennies, because what I want you to learn from the 6 things to do with a dollar is that it's still pennies. No matter how many dollars you bring in, we are still dealing with pennies, right? We are talking about being abundant. And so I want to switch your mindset to abundance. And some of us, when I talk about going through these things, some of us have this mindset, and I want to go run and grab some pennies. Hold on, I'll be back. All right, I'm back, y'all. Whole bunch of pennies. We save change around here. And I normally end up paying the kids with the change during our Bible study. So that's why we have so much change. So I want you to get some pennies. Nothing bigger than nickels, for sure. Because I want this to be small, because I want you to see that with your dollar that you how small these percentages are. And so if you can see how small they are with a dollar, so with 100 pennies, I know, right? We say pennies too, and quarters, and dimes, and nickels. And so I want you to see how small this is, so you can get used to doing these 6 things with a dollar. And so we're going to do it with pennies. I might use some nickels. All right, so the first thing to do with your dollar, I want you to grab 10 pennies. And I actually want you to do this with an actual dollar today. So I want you to grab 10 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pennies. Pay God with those 10 pennies. 10%, your tithe. We talked about the tithe on Periscope during the first week. So if you want to hear more about tithes and what tithes go to, hop over to Periscope, and there's a whole scope about tithes. I think it is the second day of Money Month over on Periscope. So hop over on Periscope if you're not already. If you're on Periscope, scroll through my scopes and find the scope on tithes. So the very first thing that we do with $1 is we take 10 pennies and we pay God with them. And so I actually want you to take 10 pennies. Take 10 pennies today. And I want you to put them in the envelope. You don't have to put your name on the envelope because they might think you're a little crazy at church. But I want you to put your 10 pennies in an envelope. And when you get to church on Sunday, I want you to put those 10 pennies in the offering bucket. Take your $1. Make sure you have pennies. Put those 10 pennies in the offering envelope. All right, that's the first thing to do with $1. So the second thing to do with $1 is we're going to take another 10 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you are going to pay you. I don't care where you put this. You can put it in your bank account, in your savings account. You can put it in a little plastic bucket like I have here. But those 10 pennies are going to be your savings. You are going to save them. You are going to pay you. You are going to pay you. And when I say they're your savings, you can actually do anything with them. You're going to pay you. So if you have, I don't know if they have penny candy stores anymore, but if there's a penny candy store and you want 10 pieces of candy, pay yourself with it. If you want to save it for something big, pay yourself with it. But do something for you with those 10 pennies. So then the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to take 15%. So 15 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I had exactly 15 pennies. I want you to take 15 pennies and I want you to put it in an envelope for your business. So your business can be anything. For me, my businesses are actually businesses. So it's my coaching business. It is my Mary Kay business. It is my books, right? I want you to take 15 pennies. You are welcome, Marian. Share with your friends. I want you to take 15 pennies and reinvest in your business. If you work for somebody, then take 15 pennies and set it aside for you to learn something new for your craft. If you have your own business, put 15 pennies aside to start to save for new equipment or a training class or whatever it is. Invest in your business. But I want you to actually take those 15 pennies, put them in an envelope, and put business on them. So we talked about having a business plan last week sometime. We talked about having a business plan, and that a business plan can either be around your employer or it could be around your businesses. And so these 15 pennies are going to go towards your business plan, right? The next thing that About My Money just joined. Good morning, About My Money. The next thing I want you to do, I'm going to use nickels for this, so I don't have to count that many pennies. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to get 25 pennies. So I'm going to use nickels here, so I'm not counting all those pennies. And I want you to get 25 pennies. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 pennies here. And with these 25 pennies, those are going to go towards living expenses. So those are living expenses. That is your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your household goods, your food, anything that you need for living. Those 25 pennies are going to go towards that. And you can get as many pennies as you want to. All right, you can get as many dollars as you want to, but I want you to at least set aside $1 and do this. Yes, money. I've been saying that on Instagram. Money. Been saying it on Instagram. So I want you to actually set this aside. Go get 6 envelopes and title them with what I am talking about. So have an envelope that says tithes, and you're going to put 10 pennies on there and write 10% on the outside. Have an envelope that says pay me. Put 10% on that envelope. Pay me, right? Have another envelope that says business. Write 15% on that business envelope. Business, put 15 pennies in there. Have another envelope that says living expenses and put 25 pennies in there. And it is Friday, so a whole bunch of y'all got paid today. So you got a whole lot of pennies to work with. Hey, Kamara, you got a whole lot of pennies to work with in your accounts. If you need to, go pull all that money out of your account today that you got paid and put it in envelopes. And some of it you can put back into the bank after you do this exercise, but I'm going to challenge you to go and take your actual physical money, your actual paycheck out of the bank today and get 6 envelopes and do this activity with those 6 envelopes and then go put it back in the bank, right? You could go put it back in the bank into those accounts, but I want you to actually touch money. At the very least, I want you to touch 100 pennies, but I really want you to stretch and pull the money out of your account and do this activity with your actual money. $1, 100 coins, at the very least 100 coins, or the equivalent of that. I just use nickels instead of pennies for 25%, so I didn't have to count 25 pennies. But at the very least, 100 pennies. So where are we at right now? We're at 25. All right, so the next envelope that you are going to create, we're going to use nickels for this again, so I don't have to count 25 pennies, is your tax account, right? So we are talking about here growing money and having money in abundance. And I know some of you have taxes that come out 100 coins. Some of you have taxes that come out of your paychecks. But we are talking about living in abundance and having abundance of money. And so I want you to put aside, have a tax envelope. 25 cents of that dollar is going in there. 25% of whatever you pulled out the bank is going in there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 pennies are going in there, right? So we put 25 aside for taxes because we plan to bring in abundance and you have to pay taxes, right? You have to pay taxes. You have to have living expenses. Hey, prosperity. You have to pay living expenses. So that's another 25. So that's 50% of our dollar, right? That's 50 cents of our dollar right there. And then you have to invest in your business. So that may be education. That may be, if you're an entrepreneur, that may be investing in your business directly, right? And so that is 65%, right? And then, that's here. And then you have to pay you. You need to pay you because there's no sense of working if you don't get to enjoy any of the fruits of your labor. Absolutely, you can follow me. Go ahead and follow me right now. You can do that while you're on the scope. So you have to pay you. So what is that? 50, 65, 75%, right? That's 75 cents of our dollar. And then we pay our tithes, which we actually do first, right? And so that is 85 cents of our dollar. And so we have 15% left, right? 15% left. So we talked about having all these plans already. Now we have 15. Now I'm telling you exactly how to put money into those plans, right? And so now we have 15% left. So we're going to do pennies today. I'm not counting 15 pennies. Let's go back to our pennies. Let's go back to our pennies. All right. So 15%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15% goes to savings. And this is your, okay, so we're talking about money here, right? And we're talking about biblical principles related to money. And so the Bible says a good man, and we're going to say good woman here too. A good person, let's say it like that. A good person leaves an inheritance to his children's children, right? And so this 15 pennies right here, is savings that we are not going to touch. Now, I will tell you this. If you do this with enough pennies where you can get $5, your 15% comes up to $5, you can go to Office Depot, They have these little cards that look like gift cards. You can buy them. You can buy them in as small as, a lot of people join me. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Jan. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Greg. Hey, Elaine. I didn't see you all join me because I had it off to the side. But you can buy these little gift cards that are investment cards. And so with as little as $5, so again, I'm challenging people to go and pull their paychecks out and do this exercise with your paycheck and separate your paycheck into your 10%, your 15%, your 10%, your 10%, your 15%, your 25%, your 25%, and your 15%. And then if you can get at least $5, so if you can add up this 15 pennies so you get to $5, go to Office Depot. Go to Office Depot in their gift card center. They have these little gift cards where you can buy stocks, right? And so we think about, Sharon says, Scotty runs fast away from the word budget. Tell them we need to make a spending plan, not a budget, a spending plan. Hey, Renee, thank you for joining. He needs to make a spending plan. Maybe he'll like spending plan better than budget. Some people don't like budget because it sounds restrictive. Hey, Christopher, thank you for joining. So I want you to try to get enough 15 pennies. Losing my 15 pennies. So I got 15 pennies here. This is my invest, my save, right? I want you to get enough to be able to go to Office Depot, go to their gift card center, and to buy one of their stocks and bonds gift cards. And you can take that gift card and you can start an investment account and you can invest. And they have different ones that have different stocks that you can invest in. So go and look at them. Go look at them, find the companies that you like, and I want you to invest it because this is money that we're not touching. This 15% is our children's inheritance. So those are the 6 things to do with $1. So go grab your 6 envelopes, make sure that you label them, tithes, pay me. Is it skipping up? Okay, it's skipping on Instagram. I think it's because my iPad is connected to cellular data and the Wi-Fi on Instagram. And so it's trying to bounce back and forth. I should probably turn off my cellular, but I can't do that without stopping the live. I want you to get, hey, Brittany, I want you to get your 6 envelopes and I want you to label them. Hey, Latanya, I want you to label them. Tithes, pay me, right? Tithes, pay me. Oh man, I want to make sure I say them right again. Tithes, pay me. Business, living expenses. I saw that. I don't know why it's freezing. So tithes, pay me. Business, living expenses, taxes, hey Pierre, and investments. So you should have 6 envelopes, right? I'm going to say them again. Tithes, pay me, business, living expenses, taxes, and investments. So 10% tithes, 10%, hey Pierre, 10% pay you, 15% business, 25% living expenses, 25% taxes, and 15% investments. That is what you're going to write in your envelope. And then you're going to take your pennies and you are actually going to put them in those envelopes. And again, you can do this with dollars. So if you want to stretch yourself a little bit further, go get $100, right? Get $100 and do the same thing. So $10 is going to go in the tithes. $10 is going to be for you to do whatever you want to do with it because that's your pay you. $15 is going to be reinvested in business somehow. So either your personal businesses or in your skills for your job, if that is what you plan to do, right? It's going to be reinvested in your education for your skills. 25% is going to go for living expenses. 25% is going to go in a savings account for taxes. And 15% is going to go towards investment. So at the very least, do this with pennies. Stretch a little further, do it with $100, right? That's stretch a little further. Stretch a little further. I'm gonna say stretch a little further because we're here to talk about money. And so if you don't have this much to stretch a little further with, then we need to go back and see what types of seeds you're planting. So stretch a little further is do this with $1,000, right? Stretch a little further, do it with $1,000. In the envelopes, take an actual $1,000 out of the bank and do this activity with the envelopes with $1,000, or stretch even further and take your entire paycheck out and do this with your entire paycheck, right? So you're going to have 6 envelopes. I'm going to repeat this again because we are talking about ruling and reigning over our money. And what I didn't get to is radah means to lay hold of with one's hands. So lay hold. So this activity is not just about you playing with money, but it's radah means to lay hold of with one's hands. So I want you to have actual money, at least a penny. I'm gonna say it again, at least $1, not a penny. At least $1. If you don't have $1, go walk up and down the street until you find 100 pennies. I'm sure there's 100 pennies laying around your neighborhood somewhere. So at least $1. Stretch a little further, do this with $100. Stretch a little further, do it with $1,000. Stretch even further and do it with your entire paycheck or all the money that is in your bank account right now, right? So that's your assignment. Get actual money. Actual money. Don't do this virtually. Like I said, you can do this and then go back and put the money in the bank if you need to, but I want you to do this with actual money because radah means exercise ultimate power or authority over. And so that's what our envelopes are, right? Our envelopes are commands of what money is going to do. You are going to God. You are my fun money. You are going to be a business investment. You are for living expenses. You are for taxes because the Bible says render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, right? So we have to pay taxes. You are going to taxes. Now Instagram really skipping. You are going to taxes and you are going to investments, right? So that is telling your, hey, Tony, thanks for joining this morning. That is actually exercising ultimate power or authority over, right? And so we're going to take, if you have $1, you're going to take all 100 pennies and all 100 pennies are going into an envelope with a name assigned to them. That's what their job is. If it's not enough, you're doing it with pennies, it's probably not enough to go invest with. It's probably not enough to open a new savings account. That's all right. Leave it in the envelope and do this every week until you have enough to open the new savings account, until you have enough to open the investment account or buy the gift card to start your investment account. But that money is for that. The only money that should actually go out of these envelopes other than into an account would be your tithes, because you're going to take that envelope, you can drop it in the offering bucket at church, right? Right? Yes. Yes. If you don't have a church, you're going to take that envelope and you're going to drop it off at a nonprofit organization. Yep. And the nonprofit organization should help children, it should help widows, or it should help strangers, which are the homeless and immigrants. That's where you're going to drop that 10 cents off to. You'd be surprised what a nonprofit can do with 10 cents. So that envelope's either getting dropped off at church, yes and yes, or it is getting dropped off at a nonprofit organization, yes and yes. That's where that's going. That tithe envelope, that 10% is going to a nonprofit organization or a church, yes and yes, right? And then your pay me envelope is for whatever. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Buy candy with it, buy a new pair of shoes with it, buy makeup with it, go to the movies with it. I don't care what you do with it. Money can go out of that envelope. Do whatever you want to do with it, right? 15% is going towards business. So if you were going to school, that money's going to stay in that envelope. That money's going to stay in that envelope until you have enough to pay your tuition. If you just need to go buy a new book, money's going to stay in the envelope until you're ready to go buy a new book. If you are a business owner, that money's going to stay in your envelope until you use it to invest in the next great thing for your business. So for me, it's going to stay in that envelope until I get ready to invest in what is in my hair. Until I get ready to invest in the graphics for t-shirts that are going up on my website soon. So that's the next thing to invest in my business. Um, your 25% living expenses, money can go out of that. It can, if it's time to pay the rent, right? If you need toilet paper, buy toilet paper out of that envelope. If you need food, buy food out of that envelope. But that's what that 25% is for. The other 25% should be going into an account or staying in that envelope because it's for taxes. Most business owners pay taxes quarterly. So that envelope or that account should only be emptied out quarterly. And then most of the rest of you pay taxes. Well, you pay taxes every time you get a paycheck, but you file your income taxes at the end of the year, right? And so those of you that pay taxes out of the paycheck, that money should be set aside until you are ready to pay your taxes at the end of the year. A word about taxes. There are some of you that pay taxes pay lots of taxes out of your paycheck every single week. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do the 25%. You let all your money come in, you do the 25% and set it aside for taxes. And then when you file your taxes in April, that you pay whatever you owe, because otherwise you're just loaning the government your money for free. And you can set that 25% aside in a savings account throughout the year, and it is earning some, not a whole lot in a money market account, but it is earning some interest as opposed to, see you later, Samar, as opposed to going straight to the government and not doing anything for you. So I highly recommend, even if you work a job, that you go and you raise your exemptions to the point where you have very little or no taxes coming out. And when I say taxes, I'm not talking about Social Security, right? Social Security is going to come out of your check anyway, but I'm talking about actual state and federal and local taxes. Raise your exemptions to the point where you have little or no taxes coming out, and be disciplined, exercise ultimate power control over your money. Put the 25% away in a money market account so that you can get to it. Let it earn a little bit of interest that it's getting. And then at the end of the year or quarterly, pay your taxes. Just write a check for your taxes at the end of the year. That's what I recommend. And so everybody should have that account. That's just my opinion. If you're not that disciplined, let them keep taking money out of your check every week. Fine by me too. And then the last 15% is your investments. And so that is we're not going to do a SASH session today, because really what I want you to have in your head is that there are 6 things that you need to do with the dollar. And your goal is to do this envelope activity, to actually go and get the envelopes, and put the money in the envelopes and do the 6 things that you are supposed to do, that I'm challenging you to do with the dollar. And so with that, we have been on 40 minutes, almost 40 minutes this morning. And so it is Friday. I want to remind you, if you are on Facebook or on Periscope, share with your friends, share with your followers. Periscope, make sure you give me those hearts and let me know that you learned something today. I did not do my little sales pitch today, but I will remind you that you can get 84 to more on my website, gps-movement.com. Click on courses and you can purchase my journal there, purchase my book there. It is finally approved. Lakeisha, okay, y'all. So I'm going to post this on Instagram, because business owners, y'all need to know about my girl here. Lakeisha, she owns a business, BTG Multimedia. Right? She is on Facebook. Her name is Lakeisha Brown. If you need graphics, if you need logos, if you need anything, any graphic like artwork, check out my girl Lakeisha. She designed the cover to 84 to more. So shout out to her for the cover to 84 to more. The Amazon version of 84 to more will be going up in the next couple of days. So there'll be 2 ways that you can buy it. You can buy it direct from my website and I will ship it to you. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you can go to Amazon and you can order it on Amazon in a couple of days, and hopefully it'll be up by Monday and I'll let you guys know. Also, I have a date for the release of Women of Power boot camp, and that will be released on November 15th. It is also up on the website for you to pre-register. So if you go to gps-movement.com, click on courses, the first thing you'll see is where you can order 84 to more. The second thing that you will see is you will see the button to register for the Women of Power Bootcamp. And so those things are up on the website. Again, share with your followers, share with your friends, let them know that we are here every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern. It is 8 a.m. Central and 7 a.m. Mountain time. We are here every Monday through Friday for Money Month from now until I run out of scriptures. Let me post this on there we go. Now you guys on Facebook have a link to Keisha's page. Amazing, amazing, amazing. She takes PayPal. She takes Cash App. She will work with you wherever you are remotely. And she is very timely. She keeps you very much in the loop of where she is with your designs. She will be helping me to design t-shirt logos coming up here very soon. But check her out. And like I said, share with your friends, share with your followers, let them know that we are here every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Mountain time for Money Month. And we will be here until we run out of scriptures. So with that, I will let you all go, and I will see you on Monday. Happy Nevada Day. Bye.